bridge circuit. இப்போ ஏற்கனவே சாதாரணமாக ஒரு பிரிட்ஜ் சர்க்கியூட் வந்து கொடுத்துட்டாங்கன்னா எப்படி வந்து அந்த லோடு பிரிட்ஜில் இருக்கிற எலமெண்ட்டுடைய கரண்ட் எப்படி கண்டுபிடிக்கிறது, வோல்டேஜ் எப்படி கண்டுபிடிக்கிறது, இதெல்லாம் வந்து ஆல்ரெடி பார்த்துருக்கோம். இப்போ அதே வெரைட்டியில் தான் பார்க்க போகிறோம், பட் கொஞ்சம் டிஃப்ரெண்ட்டாக இருக்கும் லைட்டாக. ஓகே, நவ் சப்போஸ் இஃப் யூ ஆர் ஹேவிங் பிரிட்ஜ் சர்க்கியூட் லைக் திஸ், ஓகே, and this is the source voltage. Source voltage is 12 volt. Here 6 ohm resistance is there. Here 3 ohm resistance is there. Here 6 ohm. Here 3 ohm. Okay, it is grounded. Now again there is one element like load element. Okay, the load element value is 5 ohm. Okay, that 5 ohm is a load element, bridge element. Okay, now what is the voltage or current across this 5 ohm resistance? That is the question. What is the voltage or current? Okay, you go by any method. Finally, what I want, I need the current across 5 ohm and the voltage across 5 ohm. I need this only. Say, yes, sir, can anybody tell what is this value? Just by observation. So very simple idea to do this is to apply the Thevenin theorem. Okay, instead of applying that branch current method, because once if you apply the branch current method, again it will take some more time. I need a response across only this element. So it's better to apply Thevenin's theorem. Yes, sir, somebody please tell me what is the answer. First you find the Thevenin voltage. Yes, sir, what is the answer? Any guess? Because already you are having experience. Once you bridge circuit is given.
Sir?
So.
The ratio between R by R equal to same ohms and I5 ohms equal to 0.
Yes, yes, sir, correct. Okay, so bridge is balanced. Okay, bridge is balanced. But suppose I do not know that condition, just I am proceeding, what will happen? Okay, once if you find out the Thevenin voltage for this, you will remove this 5 ohm resistance. Once if you remove this 5 ohm resistance, what will happen? How much voltage will appear here once if you remove? Okay, so once if you remove this resistance, here 6 volt will appear. Okay, after removing this, okay, you have to remove this. Okay, then here also 6 volt will appear. Then what is happening? 6 volt to 6 volt. Once, then what is the Thevenin voltage concept? Difference between this voltage is the Thevenin voltage. Now clearly the Thevenin voltage is 0 volt. Okay, then definitely some R Thevenin is going to come, some R Thevenin. Okay, so 6 and 6 in parallel, that is 3 ohm, and 3 and 3 in parallel, that is 1.5. So 4.5 ohm is the R Thevenin. Now if you apply that condition, here 0 volt is there, here 4.5 ohm is there, already load is there, load is 5 ohm. Okay, because your Thevenin voltage has become to 0. Okay, as it is 0, definitely the current across 5 ohm is 0 ampere only. So the voltage across 5 ohm is 0 ampere only. So what cross check we can do here? See, simply you remove this. Okay, first, okay, instead of going to this procedure, you first remove this. After removing this, the same voltage is appearing here. That means these two node voltage is looking same. Then definitely even after you connect this element, there will not be any current. Okay, definitely the current flow will be 0. Okay, that means what? Bridge is balanced. Okay, when the bridge is in the balanced condition, there will not be any current across this load, and finally there will not be any voltage also. Okay, there will not be any voltage. Okay, so the same problem I can take in some different manner. Okay, now let's see. I can directly give you the bridge condition, that's okay, but you should know how it is getting operated. Okay, then only you can apply in the exam. That's why first I am taking different conditions. Later I will give you the formula, based on what formula this is working. Okay, so this is 3 ohm, this is 3 ohm, this is also 6 ohm, this is 6 ohm. Okay, so in the previous case, these two elements are same, these two elements are same. Now I just modified, these two elements are same, now these two elements are same. Now, okay, let it be anything. Now this is 5 ohm resistance. Once if you find out the open circuit voltage after removing this 5 ohm, okay, then what will be the voltage here? Because here 9 volt, it is open circuited, so 3 volt will appear here, 6 volt will appear here. Okay, now again here also 3 volt will appear, here 6 volt will appear, because I am always measured with respect to ground. But even this 6 volt will be correct only, because even if you go like this, because here 3 volt is appearing, if you go like this minus 3 volt plus 9 volt, then also you will get 6 volt only, then also you'll get 6 volt only. Okay, no problem. Okay, so node voltage means voltage at the node with respect to ground, you can go by any path. But not to have a confusion, it is always better to go by the shortest path available to the ground. Okay, so now also the voltage difference is 0, then definitely the current is 0. The current across 5 ohm is 0, and the voltage across the 5 ohm is 0. Okay, and again little bit I will modify now still. Okay, I'll take like this. The voltage source is there, 8 volt voltage source is there. Now I am putting 4 here, 6 ohm. Here bridge element is 5 ohm. This is 2 ohm. This is 3 ohm. Now I am connecting here. Now you measure what is the voltage. Similarly, you remove this load resistance. Okay, once if you measure the voltage here, this is 4 and 2, this is 6 and 3. What is the voltage that will appear here? Anybody? Whenever you are having 8 volt, how much voltage will appear across this 2 ohm? Okay, V2 ohm. Okay, V2 ohm is equal to 8. Okay, 2 divided by 6. Okay, so 8 by 3 volt will appear. Similarly, again you measure here, what is the voltage across 3 ohm? That is 8 into 3 divided by 9. Okay, then also you are getting 8 by 3 volt. So that means what, in both the cases you are getting 8 by 3 volt only, 8 by 3 volt. Now also what will happen, the current across 5 ohm is equal to 0, the voltage across 5 ohm is equal to 0. Okay, then I will take one more condition. One more condition. Now this is 3 ohm, this is 6 ohm, this is 2 ohm, this is 4 ohm. Okay, so this is 5 ohm. Now you apply the voltage division rule. This is 3 and this is 2. Now what is the voltage? Okay, 2 by 5. Okay, 6 into 12 volt will appear here. Okay, here also if you apply 12 volt only will appear. Now also what is the current across this 5 ohm? The current across the 5 ohm is equal to 0. Voltage across the 5 ohm is equal to 0. Okay, now see here simply these two are same, these two are same. Here these two are same, these two are same. Now here they are really different. Here 3 2, here 6 4. But and again if you take this case, this case also in the different manner only I'm taking. But what is the similarity between everything? What is the similarity? Once if you observe one thing, the ratio of this resistance will be same. The ratio, if you see here, ratio of this one 1:1. Here also ratio is 1:1. Okay, similarly, here you see the ratio. Now the ratio is 1:2. Here also ratio is 1:2. Here you see the ratio is 2:1. Here also 2:1. Okay, here you see the ratio 3:2. Here also 3:2. So the ratio of the resistance are same. So that's why they are putting one simple condition. Okay, once if you have the resistance like this, okay, so what you can tell very easily, I'll write in the next page, say if some voltage source is given, okay, then this is R1, R2, this is RL, R3, R4. Okay, so when the circuit is given like this, some voltage source, now what we have understood, the ratio of R1 is to R3, the ratio here is equal to ratio of R2 divided by R4, ratio, okay, not the values, the ratio. So once if it is like this, you know, if it is ratio R1 divided by R3 is equal to R2 divided by R4, that means R1, R4 is equal to R2, R3 that you have studied as a bridge condition. Okay, so you simply cross multiply R1 and R4 and R2 and R3. If the values are equal, then the bridge is balanced. Okay, then the irrespective of the voltage value, irrespective of the resistance, if the bridge is balanced, always there will not be any current across the load. Okay, so this means what, sir? The bridge is balanced. If this is the case, bridge is balanced. Okay, bridge is balanced. Once the bridge is balanced, the load current across the bridge is zero. Okay, so load voltage also zero. Okay, so finally I'm not getting anything here because current also zero, voltage also zero. Then what is the need of having this element here? I can remove this element. Okay, so physically I can remove the element. Okay, even if this element is there, then there will not be any effect for the circuit. That's why I can remove this. Okay, so we can remove the load resistance. For analysis purpose, we can remove the load resistance. Okay, we can remove load resistance. You can remove the load resistance. Okay, that's the idea. Now, again, if suppose instead of resistance, if they given as a impedance, okay, sometimes they may give as a impedance also. Okay, so if that is the impedance value, like this, say this is Z1, this is Z2, some RL is there, then Z3, then Z4 is equal to 0. Sorry, this is some voltage source. Again, whenever you have impedance, this has to be like AC source. Okay, so whenever impedance is there, then what is the condition? Z1, Z4 is equal to Z2, Z3. So how can I write this one? Because this is the complex numbers. Okay, Z means complex numbers. So I can write like this: Z1 into Z4 is equal to mod values. So then also it is having the angle, because how can you write this one? Z1 mod value theta 1. This is Z4 mod value theta 4. This is Z2 mod value theta 2. Z3 mod value theta 3. Okay, so once if you have equated the magnitude, then phase what's our theta 1 plus theta 4 is equal to theta 2 plus theta 3. That means what? The impedance magnitude product has to be equal, and also their angle addition has to be equal. Then only this bridge is balanced. Okay. Now I will take one more condition. Okay. Now let's see. Say the same bridge circuit model, 8 volt is there, 4 ohms. Now this is 6 ohms. Somebody is making short. Okay, it's not open. Okay, it is short. And again here 2 ohm, 3 ohm. Okay, so again if you see here, the bridge is balanced. Okay, 4 into 3 is 12, 6 into 2 is 12. So bridge is balanced. But if there is resistance, you can remove the resistance. But here there is no resistance. Short circuit is there. So some ambiguity comes. Whenever there is a short circuit, there is a possibility to the current to flow, even if the voltage is constant, because yesterday I told you, even if the voltage is constant, 5 volt, sometimes there is the possibility the current may flow. Okay, whenever you have a short circuit. But we have to really analyze here whether the current flows or not, because say if I take this value as ISC, now the bridge is balanced, but somebody is putting short. Okay, somebody is putting making short circuit load. Okay, once if some resistance is there, you can easily remove. That only we have seen just now. But if it is really already short, then what is happening? What is the short circuit current? Okay, so again, just to go by the method, say what is the total resistance? 4 ohm in parallel with the 6 ohm, 2 ohm in parallel with the 3 ohm. First you find out the equivalent resistance. Okay, equivalent resistance. Looking from this, once if you find out the equivalent resistance, 24 divided by 10, 6 divided by 5, if you find out the equivalent resistance, it comes out as 18 by 5 ohm. Now I know total resistance, because again here it's very simple. You can do the parallel, here parallel and series combination finally. Now, what is the total current? The I total current is equal to 8 divided by 18 divided by 5. So 20 divided by 9. Okay, 20 divided by 9 ampere. So how much current is going in this way? 20 divided by 9 ampere. Now this current has to be distributed here. Okay, then how it is getting distributed? Okay, so for this first case, how it is getting distributed? If you apply the current division formula, 20 divided by 9, here you'll get 4 by 3 ampere. Here you'll get 8 by 9 ampere. Again, now also at this point you have to apply the current division, because yesterday I think because same can be considered as like this. Okay, so that means what, these two currents are coming, then they will join. Okay, then you'll have total current this one, and again this will be distributed. Okay, once if you redistribute that, then what will happen? Here also 4 by 3 ampere is coming. Here 8 by 9 ampere is coming. So finally what it is understood, 4 by 3 is coming, 4 by 3 is going in this way. From this, I short circuit is 0. So what is finally understood? Okay, once if short circuit is 0, then really there is no voltage difference here. Okay, voltage also 0. Okay, here you may have some voltage. Okay, say here you may have some voltage, but finally VA is equal to VB. Really they are short. Definitely there is no voltage difference actually. VAB is equal to 0. Now in this case, when the bridge is balanced. Okay, so what is evident from this? When the bridge is balanced, okay, let it be either short circuit or open circuit, or if it consists of any element, you can simply ignore that. Okay, you can simply ignore that. That is the idea from this. Okay, because even if the forcibly somebody is making short, then also the current will not flow if the bridge is balanced. Okay, the bridge is balanced. Okay, that is the idea. Okay, yes sir, you understood this bridge in the bridge variety of problem? What are all the possibilities?
Sir.
Okay, so next I will. Yes sir, yes, any doubt சொல்லுங்க.
3.
ஆமா 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 ஆமா.
அது
இல்ல எப்படி வேணாலும் இருக்கலாம். அதுக்கு தான் நான் சிம்பிளா சொல்லிட்டேன். நீங்க அந்த ஈஸ்ட்க்கே போவாதீங்க. இந்த ஃபார்முலா யூஸ்டா இருக்கும் வித்அவுட் எனி கன்ஃபியூஷன். இதனுடைய ப்ராடக்ட்டும் சேமா வரணும்.
ஓகே சார்.
நீங்க கேக்குறது என்னன்னா இந்த ப்ராடக்ட் 4 வந்துட்டு இங்க 8 வரலாமான்னு கேக்குறீங்களா? ஒன் சைடு 4.
ஆமா சார்.
நோ அந்த ஈஸ்ட்க்கே போவாதீங்க. ஒன்ஸ் இந்த ஃபார்முலா யூஸ் பண்ணும்போது எக்ஸாக்ட்டா தே ஹஸ் டு பி எக்ஸாக்ட்லி சேம். இங்க போடும்போது ஈஸ்ட்ல வரலாம், பட் இந்த ஃபார்முலால போடும்போது எக்ஸாக்ட்டா சேமா இருக்கும். ஓகே சார், இந்த ஃபார்முலா யூஸ் பண்ணும்போது சப்போஸ் இந்த சைடு வந்து 13 வருதுன்னா இந்த சைடும் 30 தான் வரணும். அங்க ஈஸ்ட்க்கே வேலை கிடையாது. இந்த ஃபார்முலா யூஸ் பண்ணும்போது எப்பவுமே இந்த ஃபார்முலா யூஸ் பண்ணுங்க. சரி, ப்ராப்ளம் இல்லாம இருக்கும். ஓகே. Okay, so next we will see what is the loading effect. Okay, generally this loading effect will be dealt in will be discussed in measurement and instrumentation, but உங்களுக்கு கொஞ்சம் தெரியணும். Okay, so what is loading effect? Okay, say for example, if the circuit is like this, 6 ohm and 4 ohm, I am having a 10 volt battery. Now I have to, I know already, I know what is the voltage across this 4 ohm. Okay, the voltage across this 4 ohm is 4 volt only, because remaining 6 volt will be here. But now I am going to measure it with the help of voltmeter, sir, with help of voltmeter. Now what I will do, I will be having one voltmeter. Okay, I will be connecting here. Okay, because whenever if you want to measure the voltage, you have to connect the voltmeter across the element. Okay, now I will connect the voltmeter like this. Now somebody tell me from your experience, what will be the voltage value? Is it exactly 4 volt or greater than 4 volt or less than 4 volt? Now 3 possibilities there, because by method, ideally by circuit analysis method, you are getting 4 volt. In reality, how it will be? Either 4 volt or less than 4 volt or V greater than 4 volt. Yes sir, anybody from your experience? Please tell me. Equal, greater, lesser?
Less than 4 volt.
Yes, less than 4 volt. Okay, why it is less than 4 volt? Because when you connect some element, what is actually happening? Some part of the current, this voltmeter will take some current, sir. Voltmeter, for its operation, it will take some current. Okay, when it is taking some current, it is having some resistance. Okay, it is having some resistance. Say if this is 6 ohm, this is 4 ohm. So you can effectively replace this voltmeter with like a new resistance. Okay, you know one concept, whenever one resistance is there, if another resistance comes in parallel, okay, so for a moment I assume that this RV is very large. Okay, RV is very large. Then what will happen, sir? The effective value will be lesser than 4 ohm, will be lesser than 4 ohm, but will be closer to 4 ohm. Okay, it's like the effective value will become like 3.99 like that. Okay, so once if you do this parallel combination, if you take real value RV and 4 ohm, it is like 3.99 ohm. Now what is happening? This effective resistance is decreasing. So that's why the voltage across this also will decrease, because instead of, if it is 4 volt, you will get 4 volt. If it is 3.99, then you will get 3.99 voltage only. Remaining voltage will appear here. That's why the voltage measured will be less than 4 volt, but closer to 4 volt, less than 4 volt, but closer to 4 volt. And again, what is the condition here? This RV is the equivalent resistance of the voltmeter, equivalent resistance of the voltmeter. That value is very large. Okay, that value, RV value in general is very large, very large. And also in which manner it is connected with the meter? With the meter, actually it will be connected like a parallel. Okay, it will be connected along with the meter reading. It will be connected in parallel. Okay, it's a parallel resistance with the meter. Okay, it is parallel resistance with the meter, resistance with the meter. And also it should be very high. Okay, because if it is very small, then it will damage the entire operation. Okay, you will not get the correct reading. Okay, so you please think it up. If suppose RV value is 4 ohm, what will happen? Instead of 4 volt, you will get 2 volt only. So everything will go wrong. So if you want to get the correct operation, the RV has to be very large. Ideally, RV has to be infinite. Ideally, RV has to be infinite. But if it is infinite, practically you cannot measure. That is the main problem. If it is really infinite, it is like you are not at all connected with this. Okay, if it is infinite, no current will flow here in the resistance. Okay, because if it is infinite, no current will flow, then there is no operation. It will not give you any reading. Okay, it will not give you any reading. That is the idea here. Okay, so it has to be very high. Okay, that is the idea. So this is the loading effect, sir. So when you are not connecting the element, you are getting some voltage. As soon as you connect your meters, the meter reading is getting decreased. Okay, that effect is called as loading effect, because it introduces some resistance, then it reduces the overall resistance, so that the voltage across the terminal effectively is getting reduced. Effectively is getting reduced. Okay, next we will see the loading effect in ammeter. Suppose if you have a 9 ampere current source here, this is 3 ohm resistance and this is 6 ohm resistance. Okay, again I want to measure what is the current flowing in the 6 ohm resistance. Okay, if the meter is not there, generally the current across 6 ohm would have been, I think, 3 ampere. Okay, the current is 3 ampere, because simply if you apply the current division rule, here 6 ampere will flow. Okay, here 6 ampere will flow. Here 3 ampere will flow in general before connecting the meter. But once if you connect the meter, what will happen? Okay, the meter will introduce series resistance. Ammeter will introduce, because it is connected in series with this resistance, it has series resistance. Ammeter means series resistance. Okay, series resistance. Voltmeter means parallel resistance. Okay, so if again it is introducing, or it is introducing a small series resistance, I can put like this. Okay, 6 ohm, 3 ohm, and 9 ampere is there. Now let this value RS is very small. Now 3 ohm is there, here 6 ohm is there. Very small value we have introduced. That means already I is there. As you have introduced small incremental resistance, the I will go down by small value. Okay, the I will go down by small value, so that the current will decrease. Because once if you apply the formula, you will come to know really after connecting the ammeter, the real current that is flowing, the real reading that is shown by the ammeter will not be a 3 ampere. It will be less than 3 ampere, but closer to 3 ampere. Okay, so now here current across 6 ohm is less than 3 ampere, but closer to 3 ampere. Then what should be the value of RS? Okay, the RS has to be very, very small. Okay, the RS has to be very, very small, but not 0. Okay, RS. If RS is 0, you'll get exact reading. But if RS is 0, the circuit will not work. Ammeter will not work. For the ammeter to work, it has to be some resistance, some smaller resistance. Okay, so RS is smaller. RS should be smaller. Ideally, ideal value of RS is ideal. RS value is 0, but if it is ideal, practically you cannot measure the current. Okay, but in practical, the RS value is very, very small, because if RS value increases, then your current value really will change. Okay, you will get completely different current. Okay, so that's why RS has to be RS value will be smaller. Okay, so again you will get the current almost closer to 3 ampere. Okay, this is the loading effect, because this loading effect is useful in some theorem. Okay, that's why I've already discussed. Okay, now itself I have discussed this loading effect. Okay, now okay, we will see related to this, we'll see one theorem. That theorem is called as compensation theorem, because their loading effect is needed. The knowledge of loading effect. Okay, now the compensation theorem. Okay, just I'll give the definition. To determine the current and voltage change in a circuit element when the value of its impedance is changed. Okay, where the compensation theorem is useful. Okay, they are giving where it is useful to determine current and voltage, to determine current and voltage change in a circuit element when value of its impedance is changed. Value of its impedance is changed. Okay, that means what? You are having some network. Okay, some network is there already, and please imagine that source is also there. Yeah, this network involves source also. So then finally some resistance is there. Along this resistance, I current is flowing. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to introduce some, along with this resistance, some extra resistance delta R I'm going to introduce. Okay, is it similar to voltmeter or ammeter, sir? Anybody?
Ammeter.
Ammeter, because I am connecting in series. Okay, so this is similar to ammeter, because suppose I have connected the ammeter here, then definitely I know once if I connect the ammeter, the current will reduce. Okay, the current will reduce. Okay, because originally I, now the current will be a little bit reduced. Okay, so that's why new current I am putting it as I dash. Then what is the current reduction? The current reduction is I minus I dash. Okay, the current reduction is I minus I dash. Okay, and actually physically there is some opposition current because of this del R. That's why this current is reduced. Okay, I dash. Now I want to measure what is the change in the current. Okay, I want to measure what is the change in the current. That is the idea. I know this is a new current. Now what would be the new current? How to measure the change in the current? Okay, I minus I dash. Okay, for that only we are having compensation theorem. Okay, so that means what? Already you are having one network. Okay, across some element. Okay, it may be in parallel or it may be in series. Some extra resistance you are introducing. Okay, circuit when the value of the impedance is changed. Okay, again it may increase or decrease also. This okay, so you may reduce also, but not to have a confusion. You imagine that you are increasing the resistance del R. You are increasing the resistance. Now, what will happen to the? Definitely, once if you increase the resistance, this current will decrease. Okay, then only just now we have seen. Okay, irrespective of anything else, definitely the current across that branch will decrease. Okay, I do not know what is happening in the other branch, but definitely in this branch the current will get reduced. Then what is the reduced current value? What is the procedure to find out that? Okay, so this difference I am calling it as IC, okay, the compensated value, okay, because of this compensation the current is getting reduced, okay, so IC. Now somebody tell me what would be the direction of IC, upward or downward? Already current is there, this current is getting reduced, okay, again how much it is getting reduced is IC. Now this IC will flow up or down, anybody? Yes or not understood? Already some current is there, I am introducing some resistance, that's why this current is getting reduced. That means the opposition current will be upward or downward? Okay, so the opposition current actually will be upward. Opposition current will be upward. That's why I minus IC is equal to I dash. The opposition current will be upward. So that what is that opposition current that I want to measure? Okay, so now what is the procedure here? You take the same network. You take the same network. You take the same network. You keep everything as it is. Now R is there. Delta R is there. Now the current is finally going to flow in this direction, okay, in the upward direction. That's why I'm going to put one new voltage source here, okay, new voltage source. That voltage source I'm calling it as a VC, okay, compensated voltage source. What is the value of VC? The value of VC is equal to what is your volt I, okay, volt I. Then what is your change in resistance, del R? What is your change in resistance? Okay, volt I, then change in resistance, because this is VC, but finally the current will flow in this direction IC. And one important thing is when you do this calculation, because finally you are going to find out only the opposition current, okay, the change in the current. Okay, you are not finding I dash, you are finding the change in current only. Okay, it's like a del IC, okay, del I. You are finding the change in current. That's why you have to remove all the sources here. Okay, remove all the sources, effect of sources. Remove effect of sources. Remove effect of sources. Okay, then you'll get the correct answer. Okay, so now it may be a little bit confusing to you. I will take some example, then it will be clear to you. Okay, I will take some example. Find current change in the circuit. Find current change in circuit when ammeter with 0.15 ohm. Okay, ammeter series resistance is 0.15 ohm. Introduced in series with